March 13, 2014. Pavel Durov stares at the government ultimatum on his desk. It requests to hand over protesters' data. The 29-year-old knows what this means. Those protesters will disappear. He picks up his phone and posts the secret FSB demand online. 200,000 shares in 60 seconds. Within minutes, unmarked cars surround his building. His board votes to fire him. Armed security escorts him out. Durov just triggered the biggest middle finger to government surveillance in history. He'll lose his $300 million company, flee Russia with one backpack, get arrested by France, banned by 17 nations, and hunted by the FSB, CIA, and Interpol. And still build an app so untouchable that when Russia spent $18 million trying to block it, they accidentally broke their own internet instead. Today, 1 billion people use his creation to speak freely. Every government on Earth wants him stopped. None can touch him. How did one programmer defeat every government? And what made him completely unstoppable? October 10, 2006. A skinny philosophy student at St. Petersburg State University stays awake for his fourth straight night. Pavel Durov, 22, hammers code into existence from a borrowed laptop in his dormitory. While Mark Zuckerberg conquers American colleges, Durov sees opportunity in the East. Russia has 40 million internet users. None have a social network that actually works. At 4:47 a.m., vKontakte goes live. His first user is Pavel. The second user is his brother Nikolai, the math genius who will become his only trusted partner. By sunrise, 1,000 students have signed up. By winter, it's 10,000. Durov drops out of university 3 credits shy of graduation. The degree can wait, but the internet can't. vKontakte spreads like digital wildfire through Russian universities. A clean design because Durov personally rejects any feature that takes more than 2 clicks. No ads for the first 2 years since growth beats profit. Free music streaming when iTunes charges 99 cents, doing copyright holders scream while users celebrate. By 2008, VK hits 20 million users. Mail.ru, Russia's internet giant, offers $50 million for the company. Durov doesn't even respond to the email. By 2011, 100 million Russians live on VK. Durov, now 27, is worth $260 million. He wears the same black t-shirt every day, drives a black Mercedes, and lives in a black furnished apartment. Journalists call him Russia's Zuckerberg. He corrects them. Zuckerberg is America's Durov. Then come the protests, and everything changes. December 10, 2011, Moscow erupts. 300,000 Russians flood the streets, furious over rigged parliamentary elections. They organize everything through vKontakte groups. Fair Elections page has 400,000 members. We Were at Bolotnaya Square has 250,000 members. Opposition leader Alexei Navalny's personal page has 750,000 followers and climbing. The Kremlin panics, and an FSB colonel calls Durov directly, not his office, his personal cell. Close the protest groups. Durov hangs up. The colonel calls back. This is not a request. Durov blocks the number. December 24th, the FSB arrives in person. 3 agents without warrant, very polite. They explain the situation carefully. Protesters are using VK to coordinate. This threatens stability. Stability matters more than some websites. Durov records the conversation on his phone. That night, he posts the audio online. vKontakte will never become a tool of political censorship, he writes. The post gets 1 million likes, but likes don't stop what comes next. Why didn't Durov see the trap closing? How much money did the Kremlin spend to steal his company? May 16, 2012. Durov celebrates St. Petersburg's birthday with an experiment in chaos. He folds 5,000 ruble notes, about $150 each, into paper airplanes, launches them from VK's office window. The cash planes spiral down to the street, where hundreds of pedestrians suddenly realize money is literally falling from the sky. Then the chaos erupts. A grandmother tackles a businessman. Students form human pyramids to catch bills mid-air. All this while police arrive to find Durov calmly folding more planes. Within minutes, the street looks like a riot. Durov stops the experiment, having thrown away $2,000 in 2 minutes. "I wanted to see if money really makes people happy," he tells reporters. It doesn't. It makes them animals. The stunt goes viral globally. The millionaire who threw cash from windows. Russian state media calls him reckless and Western-influenced. The Security Council opens a file on Pavel Durov with the classification person of interest, and they're about to upgrade him to active threat. Meanwhile, Durov sleeps, and V-Contacte's ownership shifts like sand. Mail.ru Group, controlled by billionaire Alisher Usmanov, Putin's close ally, now owns 52% of VK through a web of shell companies. Durov wakes up to discover he's lost majority control of his own company. The boardroom coup took 6 months to execute, involved 14 different funds, and cost $1.47 billion. But they didn't buy VK for profit. They bought it for power. The trap has snapped shut. Durov just doesn't know it yet. December 13th, 2013. An FSB directive marked Urgent Eyes Only arrives at VK headquarters. Ukraine is burning. Euromaidan protesters have seized Independence Square in Kyiv, demanding their president abandon Russia for Europe. The FSB wants names. Specifically, they want personal data on 39 Ukrainian V-Contact users organizing supply chains for the protests. Phone numbers, home addresses, private messages, and even IP logs. This is a matter of state security, the letter states. Compliance is not optional. Durov reads it twice. These aren't terrorists. They're kids posting about delivering sandwiches to protesters. One is a 19-year-old medical student organizing first aid tents. Another runs a Facebook page translating Ukrainian news to Russian. Hand over this data, and they'll disappear into basement interrogation rooms. Durov opens his laptop, screenshots the FSB letter, and posts it on his VK wall with 2 words: Russian law doesn't apply to Ukrainian citizens. 3 hours later, his lawyer calls, delete that post immediately. Why? Because the FSB is driving to your apartment right now. Durov doesn't delete the post. Instead, he tweets a photo of a dog wearing a hoodie with the caption, "This is our official response to all state requests for user data." The image, soon known as Durov's dog, becomes a meme across Russian internet. Users flood VK with dog pictures. The FSB is not amused. That night, Durov notices a black BMW following his Mercedes through St. Petersburg. He takes 4 random turns. The BMW takes 4 random turns. He stops at a red light, walks back, and knocks on the BMW's window. 2 men in suits stare straight ahead, pretending he doesn't exist. Durov takes a selfie with their car, posts it. "My new FSB friends seem shy." The BMW disappears into traffic, but the message has been delivered. We're watching. What Durov doesn't know is that while he's posting dog memes, his board of directors is meeting in secret. The topic, removing Pavel Durov as CEO. And the vote is unanimous. Who orchestrated Durov's downfall? Which oligarch would personally deliver the killing blow? April 1st, 2014. Durov arrives at VK headquarters to find his keycard deactivated. Security guards he's known for years won't make eye contact. The receptionist hands him an envelope. Inside, notification that the board has accepted his resignation. Durov never resigned. He takes the elevator to the 14th floor anyway. His office is already empty. Even his black furniture is gone. UCP funds Ivan Tavrin, the man who now controls VK, sits in Durov's chair. "Nothing personal, Pavel. You knew this would happen when you defied the FSB." Durov says nothing. Tavrin continues, "We've prepared a generous exit package. 12% stake buyout. $300 million. Sign here, disappear quietly, and nobody needs to discuss tax irregularities or extremism charges." Durov looks at the contract, then looks at Tavrin and picks up the pen, signs his name, then walks out of V-Contact forever. But here's what Tavrin doesn't know. Durov has been planning this moment for months. The 12 developers who matter, his core team, resigned yesterday. Their laptops are already in Cyprus. The code for something called Telegram is already compiled. Durov didn't lose. He executed the most expensive escape plan in tech history. April 21st, 2014. A rented villa in Buffalo, New York. Durov and 12 programmers sit around laptops in an empty house. No furniture except folding tables. No decorations except a whiteboard covered in encryption algorithms. They're building Telegram, not from scratch, but from 5 years of secret development. Durov started coding it in 2009, the day after the FSB first asked for VK user data. Every line of code assumes one principle: governments are the enemy. Messages use end-to-end encryption even Telegram can't break. Servers scattered across 9 jurisdictions, each storing just fragments. No headquarters means no door for police to knock on. Delete your account, and every message you ever sent vanishes from every phone that received it. The team writes code for 16 hours, sleeps for 8, and repeats. With no investors, Durov funds everything from his VK exit. With no board of directors, Durov owns 100%. When Apple demands they add backdoors for law enforcement, Durov's response is 2 words: absolutely not. August 14th, 2014. Telegram launches publicly. The first day they get 100,000 downloads. In the first week, 1 million, and in the first month, 8 million. Every user who joins is someone who values privacy over features. WhatsApp has stickers and games. Telegram has encryption that would take the NSA 10,000 years to crack. Iranian democracy activists adopt it immediately. Hong Kong protesters make it their primary tool. Russian opposition leaders abandon VK entirely. Edward Snowden endorses it from Moscow exile. ISIS starts using it too, a fact that will haunt Durov forever. But he maintains the principle: privacy is absolute. You don't get to choose who deserves it. In just 4 months, Telegram hits 50 million users. Governments worldwide start asking the same question: how do we stop this? The answer comes from Russia first. On April 16, 2018, Moscow's Tagansky court rules Telegram must hand over encryption keys to the FSB. Judge Yulia Smolina takes exactly 18 minutes to deliver the verdict. Durov, watching via livestream from Dubai, posts a single message: privacy is not for sale. Russia responds by ordering every internet provider to block Telegram. Roskomnadzor, the state censor, publishes a list of 15.8 million IP addresses to block. That's not a typo. 15.8 million. Amazon Web Services goes down across Russia. Google services crash. Microsoft Azure stops working. Online banking fails. Russia has accidentally broken its own internet trying to stop one app. And Telegram still works perfectly. Durov has engineered something beautiful: digital jujitsu that turns censorship into self-destruction. What desperate move would Russia try next? How did Durov make Telegram literally unblockable? Within hours of the ban, Durov activates the contingency he's been planning for years. Telegram's servers start domain fronting, disguising traffic as harmless connections to Google or Amazon. When Russia blocks those IPs, Telegram instantly shifts to new ones. Block those, and it shifts again. It's like trying to stop water with a tennis racket. Russian programmers create 7,000 proxy servers overnight, offering free Telegram access. Durov sends them $3.7 million in Bitcoin as payment. Digital resistance deserves funding, he posts. The Kremlin has started a technological war against its own citizens, and it's losing badly. April 30th, 2018. Moscow. 5,000 Russians flood Sakharov Avenue carrying paper airplanes, Telegram's logo. Police expect violence. Instead, protesters silently launch their planes into the air. Thousands of white paper triangles float above Moscow like snow. A grandmother holds a sign: "My grandson taught me Telegram. The government can't." A student waves a banner: "You can ban our app, but not our voices." Police don't know what to do. How do you arrest someone for throwing paper? Durov, watching from Dubai, posts, "Thank you for the paper planes. Please pick them up afterward to keep Moscow clean." The protesters actually do. They clean up every piece of paper, leaving the square spotless. The government has lost the narrative. State TV, trying to spin the story, accidentally shows millions of Russians how to download VPNs to access Telegram. Usage goes up 40% that day. By 2020, the Russian government itself is using Telegram to broadcast COVID updates. The app they banned is now essential infrastructure. In June 2020, Russia officially lifts the ban, admitting total defeat. Durov has done the impossible. He's beaten Putin at his own game. But beating Russia was just practice. The real fight is about to begin. From 2018 to 2023, Durov becomes tech's most wanted man. Iran bans Telegram after protesters use it to organize. Durov's response is $10 million in proxy funding for Iranian users. Germany threatens to ban Telegram unless it censors extremist content. Durov's response is to remove 12 channels calling for assassinations, ignoring 200,000 other demands. India shuts down Telegram during Kashmir protests. Durov's response: creating emergency proxy servers activated within 6 hours. China blocks it completely. Brazil orders it suspended. Indonesia, Pakistan, Thailand, each takes their shot. And each fails. Telegram reaches 500 million users, then 600 million, then 700. Every government demand makes it grow faster. Every ban becomes free marketing. Durov has discovered something profound. The more governments hate your product, the more people need it. But success has a price. Durov can't enter Russia because of an arrest warrant. Can't enter Iran because it is a security risk. Can't stay anywhere longer than 6 months because it is too dangerous. He exists in a permanent state of high-end homelessness, private jets, 5-star hotels, but never a home. His core team spreads across Dubai, Singapore, Barcelona, never more than 4 programmers in one city. If police raid one office, Telegram keeps running from the others. Durov himself moves between France, UAE, and Caribbean islands. He has 5 passports but belongs nowhere. Dating? Relationships end when women realize he might disappear tomorrow. Friends? Everyone wants something from the billionaire in exile. The man who gave 1 billion people privacy has none himself. French intelligence knows what he eats for breakfast. Russian FSB tracks his flights. The CIA has a dedicated team monitoring Telegram. He's simultaneously untouchable and completely exposed. What price would he pay for defying the world? Which government would finally catch him? March 2024. Durov makes a mistake. He schedules a trip to France, believing his French passport grants immunity. He's wrong. French prosecutors have been building a case for 2 years. The charges: Telegram's encryption enables child exploitation, drug trafficking, money laundering, and terrorism planning. Not that Durov did these things, but that he allows them by refusing to moderate. It's a legal theory that would make every platform CEO a criminal. But France wants to set a precedent. They want to prove that even Pavel Durov must kneel to state power. August 24, 2024, 8:47 p.m., Le Bourget Airport, Paris. Durov's Gulfstream G650 descends through clouds toward runway 27. French tactical police wait in 3 unmarked vans. They've tracked this flight from Dubai for 14 hours. Durov, reading encryption papers in his seat, doesn't know he's flying into custody. The jet touches down, rolls to the private terminal. Engines wind down. The door opens and Durov appears. Black t-shirt, black jeans, same outfit he's worn for 15 years. He takes 3 steps down the stairs. Monsieur Durov? He turns. 6 officers surround him. You're under arrest. They don't read rights. They don't explain charges. They just handcuff the creator of the world's most secure messaging app with the same restraints used for common thieves. The Élysée Palace Detention Center, designed for terrorists, becomes Durov's home for 96 hours. Investigators ask the same questions hundreds of ways. Why won't you give us backdoor access? How many criminals use Telegram? Where are your servers? Durov gives the same answer hundreds of ways. Privacy is absolute. You don't get to choose who deserves it. On day 3, something extraordinary happens. Moscow, the government that exiled him, demands his release. France is destroying free speech. declares Foreign Ministry spokesperson Maria Zakharova. The same woman who called Durov a Western agent in 2014 now calls him a political prisoner. Russian hackers threaten French infrastructure unless Durov is freed. The irony is so thick, you could cut it with a keystroke. Edward Snowden tweets from Russian asylum, "The arrest of Durov is an assault on the basic human rights of speech and association. This is insane." Elon Musk posts, "POV, it's 2030 in Europe and you're being executed for liking a meme." The internet chooses sides, and surprisingly, it chooses Durov's. August 28, 2024, 6 p.m. After 96 hours, France releases Durov on €5 million bail. He can't leave the country. He must report to the police twice weekly. His passport, all 5 of them, confiscated. The man who ran from Russia to stay free is now trapped in France by democracy. Standing outside the courthouse, Durov looks older. 4 days aged him 4 years. But his first post on Telegram shows the old defiance. "Thanks for your support." Telegram's principles remain unchanged. Privacy is not negotiable. 1 hour later, Telegram gains 12 million new users. The French prosecution has achieved the opposite of its intent. Instead of weakening Telegram, they've made it a symbol. Every download is a vote against surveillance. Every new user is someone saying, "I choose privacy over safety." 1 year later, August 24, 2025, Durov breaks his silence about the arrest in devastating detail. In a Twitter thread that goes viral within minutes, he calls his detention legally and logically absurd, revealing that French police had ignored their own EU laws and proper legal procedures when demanding data from Telegram. "Ironically, I was arrested due to the French police's own mistake," he writes. "They could have learned the correct procedure simply by Googling it." He's still required to report to French police every 14 days, with no appeal date in sight. The only result of his arrest, he concludes, was huge damage to the image of France as a free country. The man they tried to silence has turned his prosecution into France's humiliation. Today, Telegram approaches 1 billion users. In Ukraine, soldiers share coordinates that save lives. In Russia, citizens read news that state TV won't show. In Iran, women organize resistance that authoritarians can't stop. In 1,000 cities in 100 languages, humans speak freely because one programmer refused to comply. Durov remains in Dubai mostly, sometimes Paris for court, occasionally nowhere at all. He owns no property, claims no nation, and trusts no government. At 40, he's worth $11 billion but lives like a fugitive. Because he is one. Not from justice, from injustice. Not from law, from lawlessness disguised as law. The man who defied every government started with just 12 programmers and a simple belief: privacy is not a privilege, it's a human right. You've just learned how one programmer told every government on Earth the same word: no. And if you want to see how another man fooled every government agency, make sure to watch the story of John McAfee, because it's crazy.